If you had any issues starting the Windows 10 virtual machine, I want to go over just a few things that could help, but it is possible that some computers will not support it. For example, some older motherboards do not support virtualization. But generally, if you have Windows 7 or above on your machine, you shouldn't have any problem. Sometimes people have disabled features of their motherboard, or by default, they're not enabled. So that could be a problem. And then there might be some settings in the virtual machine that we can use, we can change, that could help it boot, even if your motherboard is not set correctly. So at any rate, in order to make any changes to the settings, we definitely have to close out the virtual machine. So, and just like a normal version of Windows, if you did get it up and running, we want to use the shutdown feature rather than just close it out. So I'm going to let that shut down. And if yours did not boot properly, I'll just show you a couple things here that you might try to change that could help boot it. But no guarantees on every system. So if you click System, you'll notice a couple features here. One is Enable I/O APIC. Now that's checked by default. You might uncheck it and then try to start it. But I would recommend doing one thing at a time and not checking several things. That way you know exactly what helped it run. So you might uncheck this, try to start it. You go to the processor. If this is not checked or grayed out, that means your motherboard is not supporting this feature. So if it's not checked, go ahead and check it. If it's checked, uncheck it. If it's grayed out, then there's not much you can do. We also have this acceleration tab. If this is grayed out and you're not able to check anything here, that means your motherboard does not support it. So you can try changing some of these paravirtual interface features to none, default, minimal. See if that works. You can check or uncheck enable VTX AMD. See if that works. That's the only thing I can recommend if it doesn't boot up properly for you. Also, you could try changing the default general setup from Windows 10 64 to Windows 10 32 and try booting it that way. Other than that, you would have to go to Google, punch in the error you're getting, and see what you can find. It's impossible to cover every scenario. I would say for 99% of people, as you saw, I didn't change anything on my computer. I was able to boot it successfully the first time. So if you're having a problem, try those setting changes. Try to reboot your computer, reboot Virtualbox. Try it again. Mess with the settings a little bit. Again, you're not going to destroy or harm your main system by playing with the Virtualbox settings. So give those things a try. If they don't work, I apologize. It just may not work on every system.